the weaknesses of opposition parties to be strength, for APC?
I think first I need to drop this caveat that I'm not a political person, but you can't get to where you are today if you are not politically inclined.
Right.
Even in your house, if you don't do politics, you will not rule well. So we all understand what is going on in our country. And that said, we also need to check the meaning of momentum. Depending on the definition of terms you want to give it.
Okay.
I want to also believe that President Tinubu is not someone that you can just carpet in the scheme of things in Nigeria. And whatever his ambition is very loud and is gradually coming up and is even more prominent than any other. Okay? And as of today, you can rate those that we have in mind that are contesting for the same position that he's contesting for. However, if you are writing their names, his name will not be number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with the likes of Obi and Atiku?
The work of opposition is to oppose. And if you go to court, we have a lawyer for the defendant, we have lawyer for the plaintiff. Both of them will ask questions from whoever is the witness and whatever. And what the purpose of the cross-examination is to punch or discredit. So the function of opposition, opposition must not see anything good in what the government is doing. If they see, then there's no need for them. So that's why, particularly as a public affairs analyst, I will say yes. It's getting, because you cannot talk in a day in Nigeria without mentioning President Tinubu. You may not mention others. If you mention others, you mention them in their subnational arrangement, not really in the forefront of the Nigeria scheme of things. So
well, I want to disagree with you on that. You know why, Prof?
Go ahead.
Because
we're used to that with your
because I mean, people always talk about the other candidate too, especially the likes of Atiku, Obi, who are very popular. And speaking about the next election.
So what do you mean by popular? Popular in the sense that whenever anybody do anything, they come on board to say it's a lie, it's a lie. Is that what they call popular?
Maybe in terms of their influence.
Which
online
influence?
And then.
Which influence? Boko Haram is popular in Nigeria, if that's what we want to say. Bandits currently are more popular than some people. In fact, the case going on in Jos is more popular today. And don't forget one thing about us in Nigeria is that if we want you to forget what you saw yesterday, we'll create another drama today. And every day you must. Okay, what happened to the issue of fake agency? It was reported today that he demanded. Gradually, those things will fizzle away and will not have another issue will happen. You understand? You remember they used to use Big Brother Nigeria to deceive us. Whenever one important thing happened, Big Brother attention, but nobody is paying much attention like we used to pay to Big Brother. Things are now the football will also come, take our mind away from it. So let's go back to the topic. Popular momentum. In fact, the president is gaining momentum according to his plan. Whatever you see him doing is a strategy. It's going on. And like I said the other time, I do not have any card of any political party in Nigeria. And I do not say I cannot have, but as of today, even as of tomorrow morning, I don't have. So I'm talking from my personal experience and perspective, which I'm entitled to. So who is more ready in Nigeria in terms of the political sagacity than even the president that we are talking about? I'm not saying it because I like him. I'm saying it because he understands what he's doing. Others are just chasing shadow here and there. And in fact, some people are in this contest just to say I used to be a presidential aspirant. That's the credential some people are looking. And some are also in this race to gain sympathy from the Nigerians. Okay, so that's not the contest.
But some of those candidates have also alleged that the APC, or let me say this administration, is trying to frustrate their activities in terms of the next election.
Yes, I love that scenario. Like, maybe because I'm not a politician, I may not understand how to package this. But the truth of the matter is, as a teacher, if my house is by your house, and I paint my fence, paint my house, put solar, you did not buy gen, you rely on electricity that we have in Nigeria, and there's power outage, and my street light is now beamed and is illuminating, and you're not saying I'm harassing you. Who asked you not to to beef up your this thing. Did the president go to their political party to say they should not be in order? No. And you don't want me to, as your enemy, you don't want me to be packaging you and be showcasing you. They should go and sit down. If I'm contesting, even as a student union something, if I'm contesting, I need to do things that will make people see the light in my life, not really saying the opposition is allowed. See, I'm not saying Undatun cannot. But it's part of, if Yoruba will say, Ara Ijalenyuwa. No, so far we are not fighting dirty. You have a political party, and it's the vehicle that will make you come up. I have a political party. You want me to go and pray to God that your political party should be okay? No. I will not go and do that kind of prayer to my enemy. Because the more I pray for my enemy to do well, the more I'm waging war against myself. So don't let us go into those. I see all of them. Some that cannot even organize their family, they want to organize political party. How would that work? So that's just it. And is it the president that said they should not have brain? No, they should have brain. They should not. They should study. Maybe they said.
So you think they don't have brain currently?
I don't want to use that on the public. Okay. But the issue is that what do you need to organize association? Let's just start. You have association of market women. Do you know that the party that NURTW creates, which is NURTW, they are more organized than some of the political parties we have in Nigeria. Because anywhere you go and you hear they will say sponsor. How many of them will listen to their bosses, even in the same political party that they have? It's just like association, and that's why when you are in school, belong to association, be vying, be doing all this so that you know how to manage people.
Okay, Professor, let's also talk about assessment now. From your own assessment, personal assessment, concerning this administration in the last 3 years, do you think the president stands a chance against other candidates?
It depends on where you are looking at it from, and generally, when people want to assess government in Nigeria, except the elites, they all assess government based on water, gari, and soup and transportation, and it's go beyond that. But what we see is food on my table first, and that's why it's very easier for anybody to get 10,000 and their mind is swayed away to wherever they want it to go. So, and mostly you are judging government based on only household, which is the current issue in the country. Okay, so when you say as the country stand, what's the definition of that? We are all in this country together. Okay. We are all in this country together. I don't have money to buy West slips to put into my list, but you have. That does not mean you are better. That does not mean I'm worse.
I mean, you're a man. Do you
That's exactly, but we see some other guys that do better than what I do in terms of that. Well, I'm just telling you that it's your choice. Okay, it's even your parent choice that they gave back to you in Nigeria. Because some don't have capacity that my father had then, but they still do not give back to them in this country. So we are here by the fact that we are there. So when it comes to the assessment of government, yes, over 10 in terms of something I can say within 4 and 5 over 10. Now, I'm not going to deceive you, but the reason we are having that is just household and security.
Is that not compulsory, or let me say the most important part of any administration?
It is most important, but I learned that some of our people protested to their emir or king that security is worsening in Nigeria. But they never protested that it's their people, kinsmen, that is causing this. When you talk about boundary, are they from Ibadan? Let's talk. So why will people that are closer to this mind of boundary are protesting that government should do something on what their brothers and sisters are doing? Let's not deceive ourselves. So you protested to your emir that the insecurity in Nigeria is, but it's still in your state more. Is in your region. You didn't protest. You see, when there's a class action against government, you see all of them coming out to do. Why don't all of them come out and say nobody should do this thing again? So it's more political when you talk about security, but it's more of economic policy when you talk about household. But like I used to say almost every day, the issue of household and the prices of stuffs is something that can be worked on and can be reversed immediately. But the reversal immediately means that you are going to still create another policy to palliate, to do what we refer to as a subsidy. But when you do that, you are also intervening in macroeconomic activities of the country, which we are actually running on. I bet it with you. If they choose to say, okay, from today, because all, well, 95% of Nigerians consume rice, and government will now be supplying rice to each of the states. My dear sister, your people, my people, will still sabotage that. They will look at what happened during COVID. All the rice they supply each of the states until Nigerians started looting where they kept it. They never released it to the federal government as well. So it is we, and that's why Yoruba will say, "Tí ọdẹ ò bá dùn, bí ìgbẹ́ ni ìlú máa ń rí." If you are not cultured within your own family, you will not rule effectively when you go outside, and you will not do well. So that's why this issue of it takes two to tango, and whoever you have there is a kind of product of we that we are here.
Okay, a very quick question: who is the easiest candidate to sell now? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku, Obi?
In fact, it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Really?
It's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because
I think you just rated in 4.5 or maybe 5 over 10.
So what do I rate somebody that is not in government? If you are not in class, you cannot get a first class. You are not. Those people are not in class now. If you don't take my exam, I'm a professor for goodness sake, of choice. If you are not in my class, you can't even get 0.
But Prof, has there been any time you look at a student, maybe in the 100 level, maybe after first or second semester, and you can tell, if you continue this way, you might end up with a first class?
No, because when I was in school, when I was in school, I do all the association, all the clubs, and I still came out with good results. But some, we only go to their religion activities and school, but they still did not pass. It's not like that. Now, I'll give you another example. When I wanted to write one of my finance professional exam, when the class, they said I should come and do mock. I said I don't do mock. I don't like tests. And the person may be hearing me today who was teaching is a colleague. And when I finished, he said, "You have a long way to go." I was the only one that passed in that class for that diet, for that international finance. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
But if you are not in the class, you cannot get first class. So where is the class?
The easiest person to sell?
It is, no matter what, because even if you put Obama to come and sit where Tinubu is today, this thing will still happen. So what are we saying?
All right, let's talk in the finance and economy a little bit. I think recently NLC and TUC said we are set to negotiate with the federal government for a new minimum wage. And then they are saying at least 500,000. So now, you're a finance person. Is that realistic?
They are creating problem.
How?
I'm a worker. I also need 1 million naira. No problem. But I'm just trying to say that I've met them. They've invited me in their general congress to come and speak to them. But they are more of emotional association than I don't want to, because I have so many intelligent people there as well. They are more intelligent, I know, but they are emotional. Emotional in the sense that if I have a child that needs school fee, and he just say, "My daddy, good morning. I don't need tea from you," but he was coming and he came with tea. "Daddy, this is your tea." I'll just smile. "What do you want?" I'm not saying they should massage ego. And the other one want to come and stand on my neck and say, "You have to pay me." I will tell you that go and meet whatever the money. You know, Yoruba na money yala yala bag full of money. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I told them, and they will be listening. I used to see him on flight, the president. You can't get this kind of government. You can't get what you want from them if you really want to be fighting all the time. I don't even expect them to go to the news that they want to go and negotiate. You have already shown the world what you want. You won't get it and you use useless. You have these people's contacts. Seek audience. It's not a newspaper thing.
Okay, you said they shouldn't fight all the time, but Yoruba people will say, and then according to some of these people, that Oju borrow. So I think they need to be more firm with the federal government to get what
this Yoruba has so many adage that you can use in place of that. And I've been explaining that, and I use my children now. Which one will you naturally be attracted to? The one that do you know that if you correct me publicly, I will show you that I'm from Ibadan. But if you have called me and say, "Bros, this is not the way to do this thing," I'll say thank you. But once it is out, I will also come in that. Do you understand? So if you are saying you want 500,000, that's not the substance of what we are discussing. But let me put it. I will have expected that a meeting will have been held, not coming to the public and say 500,000, and you will not achieve it. You can't even achieve it. I know,
think it's not possible?
You know, they will not give them. How much did they want to collect the other time, and they ended up on 77,000? How much did they write? They even wrote about 300 or whatever. So they will now think it's market product, where you say, how much is tomato? The mama will say 10,000. Okay, she could buy 10 naira. No. But when you go to shopping mall, you see price there, you don't argue. So I think they should use price tag issue. Go to government. It should be even bill after the first meeting, that people will know that you are talking to government. Honestly, it should have been, write them. If anybody leak the letter, no problem. Don't grant interview. Meet with them. It is in that meeting that you should tell them this is what we are saying, and go with statistics. And let me tell you, if they increase, now they say they have increased the military people's salary. Fine. But do you know that in military barrack, the day they start paying that money, you see the prices of foodstuff going up. Go and check.
So should we say because of that they should not increase their salary?
They should not. They should increase. But I would have loved NLC to be on government to first of all do certain things. And I give you something. My salary per month is 100,000. I spend, let's say, 40% on this on transportation. If you are coming from UI side to this side, in a month you spend almost 60,000. I'm not joking. Go and calculate, because I do that always. Yeah. Now, if I spend 60,000, let me be moderate, 50,000 on transportation every month, and I'm expecting 50,000 increment in my salary, wouldn't I rather beg that this 50,000 should be worked on? I can still remain on my 100k, but remove the expenses by public something. I've been to New York, and at times you go through train, and you pay lesser than even what you do in taxi and the likes. Can I do that in Ibadan? Can I do that in Lagos?
Is it possible to reduce the cost of transportation?
It is possible.
When federal government is saying that removing subsidy was the best option, because if they did not remove it, maybe the price of fuel will be around 3.5 now. So how do we balance this?
What was the subsidy on? It's petroleum product, not on commuters. It's not on foodstuff. Not on public utility. If you say if you put subsidy on petroleum products, our agent of darkness, they will drive the truck, go sell it in another country. Can we also transfer light from Nigeria to Niger and sell it personally? The answer is no. So if you remove subsidy on petroleum and you make the electricity to drastically reduce, are you not going to benefit it in this studio? Will you be on gen? Will you not be happy if the cost of production reduces? You maintain your status quo, and then the profitability will still continue to be flowing. So I'm saying, if you remove subsidy on petroleum product because of the activities of agent of darkness in Nigeria, people that are bigger than government, because they've not been able to name them till tomorrow, then channel it. You have given it to governor. They are using it to abuse themselves, to be constituting committee here and there. Okay? Can we? You also said that they should convert to gas. You converted to gas, and the gas is also misbehaving. So what should we do? You say you give them buses within something. How many of those buses can? How many do we have in? How many citizens do we have in Nigeria? How many buses? Whether you give buses or not, some of us will not also enter the bus. But don't forget that some of us, when we get outside the country, when we travel out of the country, we don't use some private things. We use public infrastructure because they are there. Like I also people say, they are there very plenty. And you even want to come down from Heathrow, you want to come, you have bus station, and the price is regulated. Nobody can just say, okay, yeah, well, 10 naira. No, it's now 20 naira. No. Those are the things government should do. I'm not going to comment on whether the propriety of removing subsidy on day one, because every other opposition also said they will remove subsidy. But
not on the first day. That was what he said. I remember Obi said he was also going to remove it. I didn't be
after 4 years.
I mean, he didn't say that. Maybe
long. Yes, all of them have used Tinubu now to learn lesson. But I'm not sure I want to give them opportunity to also test run again, because they will take us back. I'm not.
That was the best option in your own.
For me, if I have my card, I'll still vote for him. I'm not campaigning.
All right, let's still talking about finance. The president recently said, I want to quote him now, Prof. if we can teach stock market trading in the classroom of our undergraduates, we can build a nation filled with prosperity. I'm asking this question, because of two things: your experience in, finance, and then living well, and then as a professor. Please, can you speak to this matter? With the systems that we have, in this nation, is it possible to achieve success if we decide to initiate this?
It's possible to achieve anything you set your hands on if you are really truthful to yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you have enabling environment is not only facility, but if today you get outside of this studio and everybody is shouting that thing you did is not correct, you feel bad. If you are not strong like Tinubu, you feel bad. You won't know what to do. And that's why you see former president will use toothpick, and people will use it as whatever you say is toothpick I'll be using. Otherwise you will not do well. We can achieve if the right machinery is put in place. That's just my own. They even said we want to achieve a many trillion economy, but we are going to that level and we will get there. But when we are achieving, some opposition will still come and say, is that what we want to eat? We are talking about 40 whatever trillion of external reserve, and people still see it as is nothing. Whereas it will have been a point for them, even if they are there, to say, oh, from how many? From 3 to like 40. It's part of economic indication that helps the country. Serve as buffer. So you can't trivialize. Yes, on paper, you can't trivialize those things, because if we don't have them, it will be worsening. And the effect of those activities that they are putting their hand is that a government that is selfish will not do what Tinubu is doing.
In terms of what?
If you are selfish, you don't do reform. People will not like you. If you want to lose your credibility in your family, go and tell your family that they should cut the 3 eggs they eat a day to 1 because you want more money. Tell them that because you want to buy new TV sets, now today, we will no longer buy chin-chin for children. They will hate you drastically. But that saving you have is to prolong, is to enable sustainability, but they will not like you. So also in your organization, if they've been giving you 1 pack of water per month, and they now say, oh, because of electricity and the likes, let's be serving 1 per day. Okay? And later we'll see everybody will revolt. So if you are not selfish, you will see this kind of policy. But if you are selfish, you will not do it. And let me tell you the implication. In economics, we have something called short run and long run. The effect of reforms of this nature is not in the short run, is in the long run. Until
when? Because, if you look at some of these reforms, the policies, Nigerians are complaining bitterly. When are they going to see the result?
Like which policy?
I might talk about the fuel subsidy that we just discussed now.
Yes, the fuel subsidy, let me tell you the long and short run effect of it. Short run effect is that everybody will have to pay for the product they want to buy immediately. Nobody is packaging anybody. Short run effect is that those that are siphoning this money, that we import nothing and get fresh subsidy money, they will no longer have that money. They will now gang up against government because they are not doing well, and they are the powerful, and we are just 95, let's say 90%. Okay, we are just 90% citizens that are not enjoying fresh subsidy nonsense. The only 10% that are enjoying it will now recruit the whole 90% to fight government, so that they can return subsidy, and those 10% will continue to enjoy in Nigeria. So the short run effect is we are feeling it now. Those people are also feeling it, but they are bastardly affected. Now, the short run effect is also that money, it wasn't as if somebody paid government subsidy money, no, because people felt that maybe there is this money. No, it is still normal income, source of revenue that we have, that they used to pay, that they will no longer pay, and it has been transferred to subnationals. What are the subnationals doing with that money? How many roads have they built, public infrastructure?
The president, called our governors.
Did they complain? Recently. Did you see them saying no? But we are still not looking at it.
But are there systems in place that will ensure that the governors do the right thing with that kind of...
Constitution is there. We all have mouths. We all have ways of this.
Is
We are doing today.
constitution binding in
Is
Nigeria in the last
binding. Is binding.
10, 15
That's
years?
what is binding.
Really?
Is binding. Yes. Just if you want to know, just go out and do anyhow. You see that.
But for a governor, not just a
Have you not seen
on the
governor
streets.
jailed? It may not be today. That's one of the long and short run I'm talking about. All the governors here, by the time we approach June, you'll see what will be happening.
Okay.
So generally, I can tell you that most of this reform will not give you what you want now, but in future. And I can also say some governors benefited from this and they utilize this money very well. Some are not doing so.
Okay, I think it's a fine place to leave the discussion this morning. Big thanks to you, Professor Godwin Emmanuel, forensic accountant, professor of accounting and financial development, for joining Big Story
Thank you
this
so much.
morning. Thank you so much. And just like we said, an election is not won by political noise, but by the confidence of the people as 2027 draws closer. President Tinubu may have the advantage of incumbency and an opposition still struggling to find a united footing. But political momentum can change quickly, especially when voters are weighing their everyday economic realities against political promises. The bigger question, therefore, may not simply be whether the opposition is ready, but whether the administration can convince Nigerians that its policies are delivering enough progress to end another mandate. I'm Oluwayemi Adelako, and this has been The Big Story. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we conclude the program. Please stay with us.